Learning is taking place every day in our schools. I know I'm in classrooms as often as I can be, and I see the incredible interactions occurring among our teachers, our staff, our administrators, and our students. Hi, I'm Ken Gutman, Walled Lake School Superintendent. This has been a busy first semester of the 14-15 school year. First, on behalf of Walled Lake Consolidated School District students and entire school community, I want to thank you for participating in and approving the November 4th millage renewal. There were many staff, parents, and community members who worked diligently to communicate the importance of this renewal, and we certainly do appreciate their efforts. We're very fortunate to live and work in a district that is dedicated to every child, every day. In this Walled Lake Schools report, I would like to, 1, give you an opportunity to hear from Melody Arabu, the Michigan Teacher of the Year, who's from Keith Elementary, as she travels and visits schools throughout the state. 2, introduce you to Caleb White, an extraordinary Clifford Smart Middle School student. 3, update you on the safety, security, and bond projects. And 4, invite you to our Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. celebration this January. Last May, Melody Arabu was named Michigan's Teacher of the Year at a special announcement when State Superintendent Mike Flanagan visited Keith Elementary School. It's so nice to have you here, Melody. Thank you for being here.
My pleasure.
Do you remember that announcement? How were you feeling?
I'll never forget that announcement, definitely. I was feeling nervous and anxious and definitely in shock. But I was also feeling excited and hopeful. You know, I think I had come to a point where I was really thinking about how I could expand on, what I was doing in my classroom, what I was doing in my school and through the district, and, trying to expand on that idea of teacher leadership, which I believe so strongly in. So I felt instantly hopeful that this could be a way to, to grow and to learn and to explore that more.
Well, and I know you really struggled this year with the decision to not be in the classroom and to be able to expand your opportunities throughout the state. So how's that going for you?
Well, I definitely did struggle. The classroom is where my heart is, and I love the connections with the kids and to be able to spend that year with them and to keep those connections going. And in particular this year, my daughter's a 3rd grader, so it would be a lot of her friends and families that I know. But you and Phil Pittman helped me see the value in this year and what I could gain from it, and really just to be able to expand my reach, which is so important to me. And I'm so grateful every day to both of you for that encouragement, because it is an adventure of a lifetime, and I never know where it's going to take me next, and it's taken me so many great places already, and it has taught me so much about what I can do to improve in my classroom and build those connections, and ways to create more teacher leadership opportunities and make those connections across the state with great teachers.
Sure, and you've been
Michigan.
all across the state, haven't you?
I've been to many places so far.
I know you started the school year really inspiring our staff at our opening day ceremony and sharing your vision for public education. Can you tell everyone about the first half of the school year and the places you've been and what you've experienced and who you've talked to?
Right. So I've been able to work with many teachers in the district who have just reached out to, get more information about things, who have switched grade levels, and we're looking just for more resources and just a little extra support. So that's been great to, see what's happening in 3rd grade in different schools across the district or in different grades throughout Walled Lake, and see, some of the things that I'm doing and how it works in their classroom, or they're sharing some of the things that they're doing and how I could bring that back to my school. So that's been an incredible part of this experience. I've also learned so much about systems thinking and just about all of the different pieces that are in place to make our schools work. So I've been able to participate with the instructional team and to work with administrators, and just to see those different components and how important those are to everything that they do and how that filters into our classrooms and impacts our kids. And then I've even been able to do that on a state level. So I've worked very closely with the Michigan Department of Education, and they have been very open to hearing the teacher perspective. So I appreciate having that opportunity to provide the teacher voice. And also at the state board meetings, it's the same thing, where they're interested in what's happening in the classrooms. So every month I get to share with them where I've been and what I've been doing. And then I also just get to provide a teacher perspective on important issues that they're discussing. And then, I've been in districts throughout the state. So I've worked with Grosse Pointe schools, Fraser schools. I'll be in Lanphier schools soon. I've worked with teacher leadership programs in Kent, Kent Teacher Leadership Academy in Grand Rapids. I've been working with student teachers and teacher preparation programs, so Adrian College, Oakland University, and then I've just been able to participate in conferences across the state, and I've even been to Tampa, Florida, with the Michigan Department of Education for a conference that they were holding where they were looking for teacher perspective and voice. So that's just a tiny little snippet, I feel, of what I've been doing, and I live by my calendar, and each day is a different journey and adventure of growth. So
Melody, it seems like you've had just experiences that a lot of people would have loved to have had, and clearly you've earned them. In Tampa, it doesn't sound like a bad place to have to go, especially for work, but of all of the experiences you've had so far, what's been the best?
Oh, that's a great question. It's hard to pinpoint, but I think it's been so valuable to be able to talk with other teachers and just to hear things that they're really proud of and things that they find challenging. And it's so interesting to know that they're feeling the same way that I have felt. They are thinking about the same things that we're thinking about here in Walled Lake, and they're constantly trying to research and learn and grow and find those best practices and find ways to connect and be better. So I just feel like that part has been so encouraging, because my whole goal is to just help uplift the teaching profession, and to be able to see the things that teachers are doing across the state has been my favorite part of this whole experience.
And you are such a great representative of not only Walled Lake schools, but of education in general.
Thank you.
It's just great to hear you're having these experiences. Now, one of the experiences you have is one that I'm not sure a lot of people are jealous of that, but I think it's a great opportunity, and I'm glad you're able to lend your voice. It's attending State Board of Education meetings. So what are those like?
Well, they're very interesting, and one thing that I've thought was kind of funny is that they happen during the school day. So there really isn't a lot of opportunity for teachers to go or for students to come and participate. So that's something I've been a little bit vocal about. There should be ways to get the student and the teacher voice and to make that a bigger part of the day. But I am happy that I get to represent the teachers in that way. And it's interesting to see the political things that are happening and how those are discussed. My favorite part is the public comment portion, because people are so passionate about what they believe in. And so, one topic, you could see opinions, extremely different from one end to the other. And then there are people who come and just share and highlight the great things that are happening in their schools. So that's really my favorite piece of it, because you get to see the voice of the public at that time. And then, the board members are so warm and welcoming, and they're really discussing these important things that are going to impact every single classroom. So it's great to just listen and learn and observe, and then be able to share my perspective when it fits.
Great. I've been to some State Board of Ed meetings, and I think that teacher voice is just so critical.
Right.
I really do, and the fact that you're looking and talking to them about expanding that is great for education. I'm glad to hear that.
Thank you.
So you have a second half of the year coming up when your reign as the Teacher of the Year. What do you have planned?
Well, I'd like to continue the journey of growth and just seeing what's out there. There are so many people that are doing things that I've never thought of, that I've never heard of. So that piece is an incredible part of this, and so I can't wait to just continue to visit schools, continue to go to conferences, sometimes present, but most of the time to learn and observe. So that piece is great, and I'd really love to start some conversations about expanding teacher leadership in general and creating those opportunities for teachers to break through the walls of their classroom and break through the walls of their schools. Because once you've become a teacher leader in your school, and even sometimes in your district, you want to continue, and you want to move past that even. So just thinking about utilizing technology, utilizing the skills and the expertise that's already happening in the classrooms, and being able to share that across the state.
Outstanding. So you also have a trip to the White House planned?
Oh,
I understand.
yes.
I mean, I thought
that
might come up, but
Yeah, so I actually have a few exciting trips. I'm leaving for DC tomorrow to go back and reconvene with the NEA and Better Lesson for the Master Teacher Project and to wrap up our work there that I was part of last year. And then in February, I'll be heading to Scottsdale, Arizona, where the CCSSO will be bringing all of the state teachers of the year together to meet and to do some training and to just do some work that we can bring back to our state. And then in April, I think our whole family is going to go to Washington, D.C. again, and I will meet the president at that time. So
I thought you might have mentioned meeting the president. What a great opportunity.
Yeah.
That's outstanding.
Yeah, so that's something we're very excited about, especially my daughter and my husband. They can't wait to get there. So.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of your daughter and your husband, your family, so how excited were they, and how are you enjoying the vehicle that MEMIC donated to you for being Teacher of the Year?
Right. Well, I constantly think of this image that somebody captured of my daughter in tears when the whole announcement was made, because everybody else seemed to know what was going on except for her and myself. So she was just as shocked, and she was so emotional that day, and it was just such a powerful moment for all of us. So she is such a big part of it, and she's seeing all the opportunities that are coming with it and getting to participate in so many of those. So everybody's thrilled about it. And my twins love seeing everything on TV or seeing something in the paper, so that's been exciting. And the car has just been a great added bonus. That was really the number one question I would get after this whole thing happened was, what kind of car did you get?
And what did you choose?
Yes, so we chose a Dodge Ram, so you can probably guess who influenced that decision. But I have my minivan with my 3 kids, and that's still my main vehicle. So my husband is enjoying the Dodge Ram, and it was just like I said, a great bonus for our family for this year. So,
that's great.
Yeah, we're very grateful for that.
So as you look towards the end of the year, when this is all over, and you're not the Michigan Teacher of the Year anymore, hard to believe there'll be a day like that. What do you hope to have accomplished, and how will you know you did that?
Well, there's so much that I hope to accomplish between now and then, and it's something I'm thinking about a lot because I love being in the classroom so much, and I miss that desperately this year. But I also love this aspect of it, the teacher leadership, the systems thinking, the interaction with the people who make the decisions for us. So it'll be hard to step away from that completely and step back into a classroom completely. So that's part of my goal, is to think about ways that we can continue that path and continue to have a voice and continue to be an active participant in all of the different opportunities that are out there for teachers, and also to even help create new opportunities that haven't been thought of that will allow people to make that impact and expand their reach without leaving the classroom. So somehow trying to find a way to bring the two worlds together, which I love so much.
Well, I have no doubt you will find that way. Melody, it's been great talking to you.
Thank you.
Again, we're just so proud of you here in Walled Lake. You do great things for kids. You're doing great things for educators. And thanks for spending a little time with us today.
Thank you. I'm very proud to be part of Walled Lake and to be able to share Walled Lake's message with the rest of the state. So,
thank you.
Thank you.
Everyone in Walled Lake Schools is involved in school and community giving activities throughout the year. At the holidays, to ensure Hospitality House and other food pantries are able to help those in need, our staff and students participate in numerous charitable projects. Caleb White, Clifford Smart's 7th grader, is one student who's involved in giving throughout the school year. Hi, Caleb.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
All right, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Talk to us about the Caleb White project and how that got started. It's such an impressive project that I think everyone should hear about it.
Well, I was driving home from the circus one day, just an ordinary day when I was about 5 years old, and I just looked outside and I saw somebody sleeping on the ground, and I didn't really understand it. So I asked my mom, and she explained to me like what homeless meant, like what it meant to be, like they didn't have any homes, and I just didn't think it was right. So that's where it all began, right there. And I told my mom I wanted to build them a house, but obviously that's a little big. So we started by asking family and friends for just donations of like clothes and food and just things that would help them. And we packed boxes, and then it began from there.
Wow, and how far has it come?
It's really big now. I can't believe it's been a great experience.
I understand the Back to School project was a tremendous success as well.
Yeah, it was really good. It started when I met a pastor. We'd been doing things with him before, and we met him, and then he explained to us like what he was doing, and he said he had this project where he helped the kids in Detroit to go back to school, but he wasn't going to be able to do that because of budget cuts. So I just offered to help him, and I contacted Dan Gilbert, and
So you just reached out and contacted Dan Gilbert?
I just sent it hoping that he would respond, and he did, and he got me in contact with the CEOs of Chalkfly and Depop, and they helped me just do this, like raise a ton of money, and we were able to put together around 800 backpacks.
800 backpacks for students.
Yeah.
So you just reach out to the CEO, the guy who owns the Cleveland Cavaliers and Quicken Loans, and you just made it happen.
Yeah.
That is incredible initiative. Your family must be really proud.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is outstanding. So this year, the holidays, what are you doing to help the homeless in Detroit?
Well, every year I do a drop off of like those care packages that I did the very first year. I gather food and blankets and everything like that. And then I'm also working with the Empowerment Plan, which is a company that they hire homeless mothers that are struggling, and they hire them so they give them a job, and they're making these coats that help other people. So it's like a 2-in-1, and I'm just helping raise money for them.
How old are you, Caleb?
12.
You seem to have the maturity of someone significantly older than that. Just incredible what you're doing.
Thank you.
And there's more, right? Talk about your involvement with the Giving Tree at Clifford Smart.
Well, at CHS we believe in giving, so we have just been always trying to work towards more and more things to help other people. So we decided to help the people in commerce, and by raising money, we told the people in our school like what we actually need to raise the money for. Like we gave examples of why they should raise the money. So like one day we did, in Honduras, a country of 6 million, less than 3% of the people have their own telephones, and so they bring 50 cents for each phone or something like that every day, and it just like tells them why we actually should be bringing the money.
Okay, so what could possibly be next for you?
Well, I'm not really sure. I'm always accepting new things, but right now I'm planning with the Empowerment Plan, and I just always accepting new ideas to help others. Doesn't matter what it is.
Well, I want you to know it's very clear you're making a difference in people's lives. You're changing lives already. I see great things for you in the future.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for spending a few minutes to talk to me today.
Yeah.
I wish you nothing but success, and I'm proud to have you as part of the Walled Lake Schools.
Thank you.
You bet. Thanks. Changing gears, I do want to let you know we are concluding phase 1 of the implementation of the Safety, Security, and Technology Bond. Hickory Woods, Keith, Loon Lake, Meadowbrook, Oakley Park, and Pleasant Lake Elementary Schools received the safety upgrades and the technology infrastructure this past summer. Our contractors are completing the installation of the technology hardware, one building at a time, after school hours in these 6 schools. On Friday, December 19th at 5 o'clock p.m., the new phone system will be switched over for the entire district. Please consult the district parent updates and district website for more information on this change. After the winter break, the new phone system will be fully operational. There could be a snag here or there. However, we are planning to be using it beginning the first week of January. Plans for phase 2 of the bond implementation are underway, and design plans for alternate entrances are being reviewed. Phase 2 schools include Commerce, Dublin, and Guest Elementary Schools, and Geisler and Smart Middle Schools, as well as Central High School, the Educational Services Center, and Twin Sun. Since we are committed to the least disruption possible, we plan to close these 6 buildings that will receive the safety and technology upgrades during the summer of 2015. Next, I want to invite you to our Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. celebration Monday, January 19th at Walled Lake Northern High School. This is always a terrific evening of inspiration from our students and staff. I hope to see you there. There is so much happening throughout our schools. Please make sure you read the district parent updates, your school newsletters, and access our district website and mobile app. I'd like to personally wish the entire Walled Lake Schools community a safe and restful winter break and a prosperous and productive new year. Thank you for your partnership on behalf of our children. At Walled Lake Schools, we care about every child, and we promise to continue to educate every child every day.